Look, first-person shooters were not just shooters from first-person perspective. They started out as these brisk, aggressive combat puzzles where the combat was carried forward with the momentum of the game and the individual rhythm of the player. You needed to figure out the enemy patterns, discover their weaknesses, and exploit them to become the most efficient killing machine. The level design was laid out in a way that motivated players to explore and discover. Crack the level's maze by finding the hidden solution. All throughout the game, you needed to unlock your brain to unlock the way forward. All this offered replayability both in terms of combat options and in terms of level design. Every time you would replay a level, you would discover something new. New secrets, new rooms, new weapons, new bonuses, and new upgrades. Over the years, we saw shooters gravitating towards military shooters, with emphasis shifting from the core tenets to focus more on realism and storytelling. Over the years, the gameplay was ironed out to be more streamlined and the levels were made more linear. Call of Duty, Medal of Honor, etc., which replaced the meticulously crafted, complex and intricate level designs of games such as Doom with straight lines and narrow corridors. But hey, they introduced something amazing, right? Cinematics, cutscenes.
Why are you running? Why are you running?
Oh,
The problem was that the eye candy was at the expense of a core gameplay system or an excellent level design. Combat was now no more about solving a combat puzzle. It was just about moving forward in a straight line, a straight path, pointing in the right direction, shooting the enemies with no regard for their attack patterns or their weaknesses. It was like the game almost decided for you and defined what you needed to do. Oh, here's a compulsory bombing section. Oh, you need to do this to accomplish this. What do you mean you want to explore the level? There's nothing here to explore. All you need to do is move forward to the next section. Over the years, the complexity that defined first-person shooter games were taken out. The momentum of these games were replaced by these slow crawl sections. Your movement speed was significantly slowed down and reloads were bogged down by slow animations. It was not a very good time for shooters. The shooters had become bland, repetitive and boring. Enter Doom 2016, which came as a breath of fresh air. It showed everyone why people liked first-person shooters in the first place. A shooter does not have to be slow. It does not have to have a linear progression, and it certainly does not have to have a linear level design. Doom brought back the briskness, the speed, the aggression of an old school shooter. It focused on the core pillars that created engaging first-person shooters in the first place. It featured exciting combat with creative weapons, complex level design with unlocks and combat puzzles where you needed to figure out what to do based on the enemies you were facing. Now there's something about the level design of Doom 2016. It somehow funnels you towards exciting encounters. The levels are vertically and horizontally complex to accommodate different playstyles. You can choose to use the verticality of the level to gain advantage and pounce on enemies, or you can choose the horizontal space to move from enemy to enemy and tear them apart. You are required to use the pieces in the environment as means to maneuver around and defend yourself. You need to move, you need to strafe, you need to dodge, and you need to rip and tear. The levels circulate between narrow interconnected corridors to circular mazes to wide open arenas. Every time you replay a level, you automatically are motivated to find new paths, unlock new secrets, find new items, discover new things, and find new power-ups. Doom 2016 nailed it. It had one of the best moment-to-moment gameplay. Its combat just flowed. Every time an encounter began, you were constantly doing something. Unlike today's military shooters where you're basically falling asleep, when you are in Doom 2016, especially in hard mode, you are in the zone. It demands all your attention and you are engaged in the moment-to-moment gameplay. You're making split-second decisions. Should you move back? Should you strafe left? Should you strafe right? Should you exploit an enemy weakness? Go behind the enemy, use a certain weapon, jump up the ledge, use a chainsaw to recover ammo, change the guns to handle the crowd, melee to recover health, AoE attacks or a single shot to the head. Should you conserve a particular resource or navigate to a different position? Somebody get the trumpet and blow the heat off. The tension created with the delicate balance of having godlike powerful weapons but with just the right amount of ammo to barely scrape by makes you feel like this all-powerful god and a mere mortal at the same time. When you are in Doom, you are in Doom. Your palms are sweating, your fingers are paining, but your mind is in this zen-like trance, maintaining a certain flow, maintaining a certain rhythm. And if that is not working, then it is busy figuring out a new rhythm for the challenge you're facing. It's all about freedom and player choice. You're not forced to do a particular thing, you're just given puzzles, be it through the combat design, the monster design, or the level design. And the game trusts your intelligence to figure out your way through. The game offers you choice and options and expects diligence from your part. If you're diligent enough, you're going to spot things out. And the game is going to constantly reward you for your effort to explore levels. The enemies do not behave like these brain-dead fodder like in these modern FPS shooters. They will attack you, they will challenge you, and they will keep you on your toes. You have to be mindful of what they are doing and how to best tackle them. Doom 2016 finds confidence in the lost art of designing a great FPS game and shows a middle finger to today's military shooters by ripping and tearing into them. Yank the trumpet out once more! But the question arises, will Doom Eternal surpass the sheer brilliance of Doom 2016? Who knows? Fingers crossed. Smash the like button, tear down the comment section, and kick the subscribe button like you mean it. This was CanKicks and you're watching Mixed Up. Have a hell of a day.